State officials let insurance companies off the hook.
I know that everybody talks about how tough a year the pandemic was, but not for the auto insurance companies.
In the early months of the pandemic, Doug Heller remembers what he didn't see.
Our roads were empty. And if our roads are empty, we're not causing accidents.
For 25 years, Heller has been an insurance expert and consumer advocate. He watched his vehicle accidents plummeted in Michigan last year, down nearly 25%, while nationwide, miles driven fell to the lowest level in 20 years, and we kept paying our premiums.
Either insurance companies were going to have to refund some of this premium we're paying, or the companies were going to be making windfall profits.
So in response to public pressure, insurers paid back some of our premiums. The average auto policy in Michigan costs over $3,000. In Detroit, it's double that, about $6,300.
I got a whopping $60.
Linda Dillard's refund didn't make a dent in her premiums, even though she's worked from home for 18 months.
Most people didn't drive because most places, most businesses were closed, work from home, so what am I paying for?
So Doug Heller and the Consumer Federation of America looked at just how much insurers made last year in premiums compared to how much they paid out in claims. They found that insurers collected more than $30 billion in excess premiums, and in Michigan alone,
we think that they probably pocketed $1 billion more than they needed during the pandemic.
Poverty Solutions Research. As of July 2020, unlimited personal injury protection is no longer mandatory for Michigan drivers. To control medical costs for car accident injuries, medical providers had to cap their fees at a fraction of what they charged in 2019. And auto insurance companies can no longer consider gender, marital status, home ownership, credit score, educational level, and zip codes in setting rates. Additional steps to lower the cost of auto insurance is key to getting more Michiganders on the road to economic stability. Learn more about this issue at poverty.umich.edu. The price of auto insurance creates a huge barrier in Michigan, and in Detroit in particular. And this extreme cost has an outsized impact on Michiganders with low incomes. With an average annual premium of over $6,300 in 2019, Detroiters faced the most expensive car insurance rates and found that in 97% of Michigan zip codes, average auto insurance rates were unaffordable in 2018, exceeding 2% of the median household income for the area. Why are Michiganders paying so much for auto insurance? Mandating unlimited personal injury protection for all drivers, plus failing to regulate reimbursement rates for medical providers drove up the cost of auto insurance over the years. People with low incomes had to go without a car, spend a large chunk of their paychecks on insurance, or drive illegally without insurance. In addition, Detroit rates are highest in the nation because, historically, insurance companies use non-driving factors to set premiums for customers. Things like marital status, educational attainment, home ownership status, and credit scores. Because of historical and persistent racial discrimination in housing, labor markets, and education systems, those non-driving factors correlate with race and contribute to insurance redlining. As a result, the same insurance policy costs thousands of dollars more in the city limits of Detroit, where 80% of residents are black, than just a few miles outside the city.
Shy of $2 billion goes to replacing lead water pipes, cleaning wastewater, and battling PFAS. Democratic House Minority Leader Donald Osinski says using the federal cash this way is far-reaching.
In strengthening our water infrastructure and ensuring clean drinking water, both at home and at school and at work, that's going to make a monumental change for Michiganders.
Overpasses and more traffic cones and orange barrels on our highway.
Money right now is with the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association, who reported this year a surplus of a few $1 billion. And for drivers across the state, getting that check.
Now you're literally taking that and say, we did that in bold lettering. It said, legislative actions highlighted in the ad include the enhanced monthly child tax credit, the bipartisan infrastructure package. Why is an infrastructure package something for black people? That's something the government's supposed to do in the country. The government's supposed to keep up with the roads. The government's supposed to keep up with the bridges. The government's supposed to keep up with the water system. The government's supposed to keep up with the electrical grid. The government's supposed to keep up making sure that the internet works fine. They're supposed to keep up with the hospitals. They're supposed to keep up with all the different things that's considered infrastructure. How is it? See, black people, we did an infrastructure package. That's something for you. You'll benefit from driving on those roads. So see, we did something for you. Like, my God, the politics. This is pure politics. American Rescue Plan. That was for everybody. See, when black people get something, hey, see, we did something for black people. No, you did it for everybody. You didn't do nothing for black people. You didn't do crap. Nothing. The child tax credit, that helps black people. That helped everybody. You did nothing for black people. You're a freaking lie. But these people want y'all to get in your car, drive down to the polling place, and they want you to go vote for them.
Insurance commissioner that I think is too willing to take the insurance industry at their word.
I no longer have any faith in Lansing to do the right thing. Trial lawyers fought to have it declared unconstitutional because they thought they were going to lose money from not having lawsuits. Today, the trial lawyers are fighting to keep no fault in place because they're making millions off of the system, which tells you everything you need to know.
Listen, American Civil Liberties Union. Now, like I said before that I'm going to take a case up to them because we've been discriminated against since day one. I just want to see if they going to come to this government and sue them on our behalf, just like how they doing for these foreigners. They asked for 3.4 million. You can look this up. If you don't believe me, good. Write it down. And I dare you to look it up. I want them to do the same thing for us. And if they don't, you know what's up.
Feminist, gay rights groups, and those who are defending immigrants have commandeered the black civil rights experience.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that because I think it's one of the most important points of the book. I mean, I think the way liberals have treated blacks like children and many of their policies have been harmful to blacks. At least they got the beneficiary group right. We do have to, we shouldn't. There is the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow laws. We don't owe the homeless. We don't owe feminists. We don't owe women who are desirous of having abortions, but or gays who want to get married to one another. That's what civil rights has become for much of the left. They dropped the blacks after 5 minutes.
Immigrant rights are not civil rights?
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this
General
country.
who said it about blacks in the military. Well, first of all, I thought Ron Williams should have punched Chris Wallace for saying that when he came on in the second half of the program. I'm sick of people comparing gays to blacks. No, it's very different. What Santorum said is true. It's sexualization of the military. It's not someone being black. Tell me how being black is like being gay. You can see someone is black. You can't see that someone is gay.
Feeling of disenfranchisement in a variety of ways, and some may respond with violence, others respond in other ways, but it really is sort of a cancer on the fabric.
But these people want y'all to get in your car, drive down to the polling place, and they want you to go vote for them.